Hi. Many professional corporate employees at the mid level often face a stage in their lives or careers where they reach a certain plateau. This happens when they've acquired the required skills, the experience, the capabilities, and the competencies, even the very flashy title that they've been aspiring for. But then they realize that growth has slowed down. The salary hikes are minimal, and then they are really constrained by the opportunities available to them at hand. At such times, they feel suffocated. What can be done at certain points like this? This is the stage when one can explore portfolio careers. The world of today is very different. Today, consulting opportunities exist. Learning platforms are a dime a dozen. And mid level professionals can realize that portfolio careers are something that they can really build. Hi, I'm Vikas Dua, and today we'll deep dive into what portfolio careers is all about. Follow me. So, what is a portfolio career? Essentially, let's talk about it in simple terms. A portfolio career is one where you're not dependent on just one job or one employer for your income. What you end up doing is really that you build your life around one primary employment and add on top of it secondary opportunities in terms of either consulting or content creation or teaching or coaching or something of the sort. What this allows you to do is that it allows you to build upon your core strengths and utilize those in different areas in order to multiply your income streams. That's really what portfolio career is at its core. And globally, many mid level corporate executives are leveraging this not just to kind of safeguard themselves, but also in a way to expand their own learning and growth opportunities. So, why do portfolio careers matter to mid level professionals, or why should they matter to mid level professionals? Well, a fairly simple answer to that. There are three primary reasons. Reason number one is the fact that careers do plateau. Yes, after 8 to 10 years in any work industry, one realizes that growth often slows down and often employees need to start looking for lateral movement because the pyramid does tend to shrink at the top. The second reason is that there's AI and automation all around. And today, grunt work, repetitive work, basic work is all being outsourced and quite rightfully so to AI. What essentially this means is that you've got to leverage your very human and high value skills like storytelling, like your analytical thinking, like influencing, like content creation to leverage and to grow yourself. And that's something that one should definitely be doing. The reason number three is also risk management, which means that depending on just one income stream or one employer can potentially be a very high risk game to play in times to come. Therefore, by diversifying yourself, by creating opportunities for multiple income streams or showcase your different abilities, you can safeguard yourself from any potential risks that may be on the horizon. For mid-level professionals who are at any point in time juggling families, EMIs, and responsibilities, the fact is that portfolio careers can be a huge advantage in their de-risking and long-term survival in the corporate world. Now understand this, a portfolio career is built on four core blocks. The first is really your core expertise. Now, this could be HR, finance, operations, communications, marketing, whatever have you. To answer that, you really have to understand what is it that you are known credibly for? What are you known within your organization for? And that really tells you what your core expertise is all about. The second is really your marketable opportunities. What this means is that within each of these areas, you've got to identify what is it that you can really productize or sell as a service. Now, for HR, it could be coaching, it could be developing an employer branding. For finance professionals, it could be being able to craft workshops to develop financial literacy in corporate employees. So these are very fairly straightforward starting points for you to kind of develop your marketable products. The third building block is really platforms and presence. There should be at least one platform where you regularly show up and where you establish your credibility. Now, this could be LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. It could even be offline niche communities that allow you to showcase yourself. This is where people actually get to know you, get to understand what you stand for, and where they can approach you for any products or services that they may feel you'll be the right person to provide. The fourth building block is your business ethics. When you're working as a corporate employee, you've got to remember that at the end of the day, you've got to respect the organization's policies in terms of the do's and don'ts and ensure that confidentiality is respected at all times, whether it's the data or the information produced in the organization or it is the network of the organization. You've got to make sure that you're not flouting any rules or crossing any boundaries in that area, because if these four building blocks need to be in place for your portfolio careers to really take wings. So finally, let's look at very practical ways in which you can build portfolio careers if you're a mid-level professional. To begin with, for example, you can start off just with the mentoring and coaching, because mid-level professionals with the right experience in any specific industry or domain can act as really good guides for early talent who is always eager to learn from experienced folks. You can also look at content creation or creating IPs in terms of books, ebooks, templates, and guides, which again can be digital assets to be leveraged in the long run. You could consult using your expertise to be able to help early stage startups or small businesses develop processes, systems as they commence their growth journey. These are just very basic, simple ideas which I'm presenting here. Essentially, you've got to keep in mind that it should be something that energizes you, excites you, helps to keep you engaged and understand your craft even more deeply, so that it's a flywheel that kind of encourages you to keep improving, keep growing, and giving that back in a way to other organizations, to the larger community, and at the same time getting compensated for it in some way. I think portfolio careers is really going to be the future of our corporate landscape. And the earlier you get to understand how this plays out, I think you'll be in a better position to make the most of it when this becomes a bigger reality in our society. Wish you all the best. Do like, comment, and share, and hit me up in the comments with any feedback or suggestions that you have for future notes like this. Thank you so much.